Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and welcome to the Business Roundup, where we catch up with the movers and shakers in the business industries. Today, joining me is April Taylor. She's a juniors mogul coach and a successful entrepreneur herself. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm excited, Melissa, to be here on your phenomenal show. So excited. And listen, you mentioned some key words that kind of spark all the energy. Junior moguls, I get excited. Entrepreneurship, I get excited. So I'm so glad to be here today.
Same here, because I think it's a topic that we really is a great thing to focus on, especially with the younger generations, helping them not make the same mistakes that I know I made. So hopefully some of these tips will, guide them in the right direction.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's something that I've been very passionate about. I come from an entrepreneur family, Melissa. So, that's very interesting. So I had on one hand, go to school, get good grades, right? I had that. But then I also learned about entrepreneurship and the importance of it. So I grew up in that environment. So I kind of credit that, not kind of, I credit that to, what I'm doing today. It's accumulation of everything that I've been doing. Very excited to talk about entrepreneurship, talk about business, talk about confidence and mindset.
Now, can you share a little bit before we get started on your background and what kind of got you passionate? You mentioned a little bit, but
Absolutely, absolutely. I grew up in an entrepreneur family. I remember my first business. I think I might have been 10, or my brother was 10. One of us was 10, and we had a newspaper out. So, I learned that, you had to get up early, you had to be responsible. Back during that time, you even had to go and do follow ups. So, that's important in business to do follow ups. So, later went on to go to college. I have a master's in human services. So I know the behavioral part, of this dynamic psychology behind it. I'm a licensed behavior specialist by the State Board of Medicine in Pennsylvania. I have a background in finance. I'm licensed as a financial coach in over 20 states. So, that's a big deal. So, and I've had some businesses, done some things. I'm a former Mrs. Pennsylvania America 2016 platform, autism awareness, work with kids and families. So this is not something new. This is just a combination of everything, every experience. So I get to, work with young people lately, and he's just happened to come into the Junior Moguls office today. So maybe, we can have him come on. But I get to work with young people ages 6 to 16, talking to them about entrepreneurship, confidence, mindset, about branding, business ideal, taking their business ideal from start to actually execution. So, I'm excited. I could go on and on. I'm sorry, I probably talked too much. I could just go on and on about this topic.
no, that's amazing. No, and definitely would speak to him. That would be great. And I know now, in your opinion, what are some of the things that are kind of like plaguing like young entrepreneurs or people that are younger and like with finance and just like thinking that they can do something other than, I mean, not just having to work for someone, but be an entrepreneur, have an idea and make it something that could actually grow into something. How, like, are there a lot of young people who don't think that that's possible for them?
Think it's not that they don't think it's not possible, they haven't been exposed to it. Everything is about exposure. It's about opportunity. It's about options. With Junior Moguls and the Junior Moguls platform, this is about exposing people to the concept, and some adults. You'd be surprised, Melissa. Some of the things I'm teaching in the Junior Moguls podcast, which is on every platform, a lot of adults don't know about money. They don't know about finance. They don't know about saving and investing and giving. The three jars is like three jars, right? I talk about in one of my podcasts. So it's not that they don't know, it's that they're not exposed. So that's what this movement is about. It's about exposure. It's about exposure, not just doing exposure, but mindset exposure as well.
And what are some of the, I guess, the main, I don't want to say pitfalls, but things that people fall into, not just young people, when it comes to finance? What are some of the big things that kind of weigh people down and that, exposed to things and having more knowledge would help them kind of overcome and not fall into those things?
Absolutely. So one is, learning. Learning. We don't A lot of people may not take the time or think they don't have the time to learn about finances and financial freedom. But I say, it's my 10-minute rule. Take 10 minutes. Take 10 minutes a day and just read something. Take 10 minutes a day and do some research. And I promise you, if you take 10 minutes a day times the amount of days there are in a year, my goodness, do you see right there, the growth that somebody would have had in terms of their finances. So that's one, people thinking that they don't know, it being sometimes overwhelming. Sometimes we have to break it down into the ABCs of, finances and going, I think needs a mentor. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody needs someone that they can ask questions, somebody that can guide them. And that's what Junior Moguls is. It's about guidance, it's about support, not just for kids age 6 to 16, but it's for the parents as well. It's for the families as well. And if we can touch and impact the families, we can touch and impact the communities, and we can touch and impact the world.
Now, what are some of the things that you do for at Junior Moguls? What are some of the things you cover?
Absolutely. That's so great. We have the Junior Moguls Entrepreneur System. That's a 10 module course that I'm talking to them about mindset. I'm talking to them about creativity. I'm talking to them about branding. I'm talking to them about scaling. I'm talking to them about profit and loss. So, actually, I'm suggesting business concepts, ideals, getting them to think of what their natural interests may be. Think about it. Think about if you have somebody that loves bracelets or they love jewelry, right? So again, okay, you love it already. Now, why don't we turn that into maybe a business, a way to generate revenue? So taking their natural abilities in the Junior Moguls Entrepreneur System and having them put that into the concept bowl of having a business. So I'm teaching them everything. And then from there, they get a Junior Mogul certification. So they're actually certified as Junior Moguls at the
That's
end.
awesome.
Yes, they get their own certification. And then if they want, they can go on to the Junior Moguls Academy. That's a little bit more hands on. I'm helping them with their business cards, with their website. I'm talking to them and the parents, about, the concepts of business funding. But in the system, I'm talking to them about LLCs, what is an EIN number, everything. This is nothing sugar coated. I'm not holding anything back. So I'm talking to them. And then we have, the Junior Moguls Hub, like got late in here today. So, they can jump in. And we have some super amazing events coming up. Super, super amazing. And the entrepreneur system, that's going to launch in 2 weeks. But the Junior Moguls podcast is jrmogulspodcast.com. They can go on there and they can catch up and they can subscribe to the community. It's an amazing platform.
That sounds great because, like I said, those some of those things I still have issues with, and I'm trying to learn about. Just even like scaling and trying to make sure you do things properly. Your profits and losses. I mean, if you're an entrepreneur or someone running your own company, it's a whole nother ball game than just working and getting the W-2.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So but I'm teaching these concepts early. Think about if we would have learned some of this stuff early. Would we be much further? Would we be doing what would that look like? So I want to take the what would that look like out of the equation. And I want to put people in a position, families, children in a position where they could actually, create a business.
And open those doors. That's definitely important.
Absolutely.
Now, once they come up with a concept, do you help them take it? Like, where does it go from there? Like when they're starting the business, like how far does it go?
It goes all the way to execution. So I'm talking to them about branding, about scaling, business concepts, where would they market their products or their services, how they can market their products or services. I'm talking to them about social media. I'm talking to about growing on social media. I'm talking to them about customer interaction. How do you respond to an email? And I'm talking to them, Melissa, about setbacks and failures. Everything is not, oh, you're going to win, you're going to not get knocked down. So I'm really, really, really honing in on mindset because I believe that success starts with mindset and how you view things. How do you view, a setback? And a setback is just a setup. That's all it is. It's a setup for a win. That's it. That's it.
That's true because a lot of the people, who have gone on to do big things, they've had a lot of, failures, maybe even lost it all. You hear of people, but then they kind of get back up and, they learn from the experience and move on.
Absolutely. And think about if they didn't get up. If they just stayed down, if they didn't get up, if they didn't go that extra step once, they were tired, they were frustrated, but they decided to give up or they let that 50th, push them out of the game. It might be that 51st or that 60th person you talk to that could just literally explode your business.
And take it to another level.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And now, for if people want to know more, I know you've mentioned the podcast. In 2 weeks is when the actual platform itself will be launched.
Absolutely. Well, Junior Moguls podcast
Okay.
launched on
Okay.
there. I'm on all the podcast, channels. If they want to tune into the Junior Moguls, podcast, they can, juniormogulspodcast.com. But we're on Facebook, Junior Moguls. And remember, guys, Junior is JR Moguls on Facebook and on Instagram. And then I'm on Facebook and I have so much stuff on my page because I can't get enough of it. April Taylor underscore AT. So, it's we're taking the national state to state, but we're definitely making a local impact, with the Junior Moguls hub.
And you're located now, where are you located?
Pennsylvania. I'm on the
Okay.
East Coast. Yeah, so I'm in Pennsylvania, but again, because of social media, because of, platforms like, yours and mine, we can take whatever nationally. So this is a national movement.
And I know you have a junior mogul that's there. Would they
Yes.
like to say a little something?
Absolutely. Listen, I gotta introduce him. Like, he's the cream of the crop. He's 12. He just happened to not have school today. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So him and his dog and his mom, they come walking.
Aw.
Yeah, they come walking into the office. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're not gonna believe this. I'm gonna be on this amazing podcast. So maybe you'll get to jump in. And guess what, Melissa? You're gonna see in a minute, but he has a Junior Moguls t-shirt on too.
He does?
Yes,
Awesome.
yes, he has his Junior Moguls, sweatshirt on, but this is 12-year-old Leighton. He can tell you a little bit about himself, what he's doing, and why he's excited about Junior Moguls.
Okay. Sounds good. Hi, Layton. How are you?
My name is Layton Scott. I've been in Junior Moguls around the time that it started. I'm an actor, an entrepreneur, and I have a foundation called I said Malachi Lay. Layton Malachi, and under that I have a business called Packaging with Lay where we sell jewelry and all things of that sort, like keychains, jewelry, and everything is handmade. So I just was very excited to come on here and share that.
Where
Junior Moguls has taught me many things as just everything about being an entrepreneur. They taught me to never take no for an answer, to always keep going. And they've taught me many hands-on things like how to write a check and just many things like that. And I'm just very happy to be here and to be a part of Junior Moguls because without Junior Moguls, I don't even know where I would be right now. So, yeah.
That's awesome. And that's great just being able to have that foundation and those skills like so early on. And now what is one of the things you like the most?
About Junior Moguls, one of the things I like the most is the hands-on stuff. It's always fun, and I always learn lessons and just get to enjoy myself with other kids. And I'm always very excited for that. It's like every time I do it, it's just like the light of my day. Like it just like really cheers me up, even when I'm in a bad mood sometimes. Like they always know how to cheer me up and just be like, there's always gonna be a better day, and many things like that. And they give me very encouraging speeches and they share lectures and it's just really amazing.
That's awesome. So you kind of build each other up and have that kind of what do you call it? Like a group where you can build each other up and be there for each other. That's really great.
It's really amazing because there's been many times when I've been down and they just are always there for me. That just like always just cheers me up. It's just so amazing.
Now, what do you want to do in the future? Do you going to keep going with the business and see
Yeah.
where it goes?
Yeah, I want to expand my businesses, definitely create more. I want to be an actor, entrepreneur, and a YouTuber.
That's great. I know YouTube and being just an influencer too, there's so many opportunities and stuff. That's great.
Yeah.
Now you have your dog with you today too? Okay to visit.
Are you a dog person, Melissa?
I do. I have a couple. Yeah, I know.
You smiled when I said the dogs. In my mind, I'm like, she has a dog. She loves dogs. I do
That's
too.
funny.
Yeah.
And you too, do you spend a lot of time with your dog?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know what I would do without a dog. My dog is amazing.
Aw, I know. Yeah, my daughter's the same way. I have one child, so that's like her siblings.
Cool siblings, but Leighton is literally, he's amazing. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
amazing. Yep, he's one step away from becoming a Junior Moguls ambassador. So that's a leader, in our platform. So I'm excited about that. And he has this cool sweatshirt on. It's so comfy and so warm. I love the sweatshirts.
No, that's great too. Like I said, I'm very excited to see what comes in your future and kind of follow that path.
Thank you for letting him come on.
Yeah, definitely. Love to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wasn't
from
planned. I was like, "Oh my goodness." Yeah, so just having him come on, that's super major.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to be here. Thank you for letting me on and,
Oh.
you allowing me to come on.
Aw, thank you. Very nice to meet you
Nice to meet you too.
and much success too.
Yeah, those are, the junior moguls. Listen, each of them are so unique and so special. And, I want them to win so badly, so badly. So, this is a very, very important platform. And not just for the junior moguls that I know now, but the junior moguls that are coming. There's so many kids that have so many bright ideas and just don't know where to kind of channel those ideas or what to do. And the parents, and I tell parents, this is like it's like a cheat code to parenting too. It's a cheat code because again, learning how to, speak to our children, saying, no, it's not, you can't do it. Maybe you can't do it right now. So just the simple thing. So I'm wrapping all this up in one. My parents had a Christian day school for over 45 years. I grew up in that environment around kids, and parenting. And I have two kids. They're junior moguls. They're moguls now. My daughter's a six-figure earner, and my son is a seven-figure earner. And I did that as a single parent. I'm married now, but so this is not something that I'm just kind of just saying. This is something that I've already done. I don't have, small kids. They're older now, so I was able to kind of see everything that I've done with them, and us growing together and learning together. And I'm so grateful to be able to see the benefits of that. They're not perfect kids, but they're so well rounded and they're so giving, both of them. So this is something I want to give what I gave to them. And I want to do that on a universal level.
And that's great too, is just being able to kind of, because also a lot of times people, it's more focused on what can I achieve, what can I do, but when you kind of give of yourself, and try to give that to other people, I feel it comes back, definitely tenfold. So
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
well, I appreciate you being here today. This has been great, and I'm gonna look it up because I think my daughter would be great for her. She is 13, so
Awesome. Perfect age. Perfect.
yeah, and so she's got ideas. She loves horses and that type of stuff. So I don't know. We'll have to see if we can get her like some kind of a career game plan and see what
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it gets them thinking, Melissa. It gets them thinking. Some of the questions like that a parent may not know how to ask, or even, don't even feel like it's relevant. But that's what Junior Moguls is. It pulls out what's already there and it helps them to realize, well, wait a minute, this is something special. This is something unique. This is something that I can do. And it gives them a community to be able to do that in and to have the support and also thrive in.
right, because I know he pointed out that Leighton pointed out is that you can be with your like comrades, your net, and kind of be with them. You kind of bring each other up and help each other, push each other forward. So that's good too.
Absolutely. It's a positive, community. It's a positive environment. And we all know that we need positivity. Kids need another environment, a different platform sometimes because they may not have that. But to be in a group where there's like minded kids and they're all talking about, success, they're talking about confidence, they're talking about things that are positive, it can only be something that can add to their lives.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you being here so much today, and hopefully we can catch up maybe later
Yeah.
and just see once everything launches and kind of see where everything's at. That'd be great. Hi, thank you for joining us for another episode of the Business Roundup. If you haven't already, please subscribe or follow us on Instagram or YouTube. Also, feel free to leave comments below on topics you'd like us to cover. Until next time, I'm Melissa Bell.